everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are actually filming a video that has been highly anticipated. So a couple of, I guess it'd be year number 2 now, that I know the first year actually, that we've been trying to coyote hunt. My gun has been set up. If you go back a couple of videos, my gun's been set up for a while now, and we've been chasing a problem with Dad's gun, and it's been, you've had what, luck with a scope, and we think we've narrowed the actual problem down now. What is going on here, Dad?
Well, after some intense shooting, and we cleaned the gun, it looks clean, and with the can on the end of the gun,
Suppressor can, right?
The suppressor, yep. We don't normally take off the flash hider from the, well, this time we took the flash hider off.
And if you're, real quick, if you're unfamiliar of what we're talking about, so this threads onto the gun because we don't have a direct thread suppressor. It's a 30 cal suppressor, so it threads 308s, 223s, 300 Win Mag. It does a lot of different suppressors. So you thread this onto the end of the gun here onto
the end of the barrel,
and then the suppressor threads onto that, and that's kind of how you can shoot. So just to explain that real quick.
So what we did was we took everything apart, we cleaned everything. We did see some because of the back pressure and everything with the suppressor and everything. So we cleaned the guns up pretty good. But one thing that we did not take into consideration,
here, let me
from the flash,
put my phone on,
is copper fouling. Copper fouling. When you look down inside of here,
you can kind of see the copper fouling in there. You can just see it on the edge of the screws here. You can just see it on the edge of the screws.
The thread. Most of the copper fouling is down inside near the end is where it is.
It's very hard to see it.
And I got ourselves some copper remover. So we got some Vortex copper remover. So what you kind of got to do here, and we're going to run this through the ramrod too with it, but we're going to put some in here.
Good. No. So the blue is what you want to see here?
I'm guessing because that's the copper being changed colors, unless this is blue. I don't know if this is blue. Let me see if this is blue. It was clear. Yeah, this is clear, and when the copper's coming off and being eaten off, it turns blue. Hide it.
Oh yeah, look
see
at that.
See the fouling right there?
Yeah.
On the edge.
Way better.
That's what we're trying to get rid of right there, that fouling.
The thing about this, why we've kind of gone to this now, and why we kind of figured this out is we were talking with Brad from East Coast Thermals, and if you don't know the story real quick, basically the very, very quick story is Dad got an AGM thermal scope that was faulty from the factory. It would go up and down, but it wouldn't go left or right. Is that correct, Dad?
Yep.
So we got a new scope, and we put it on Dad's AR. Dad's AR still wouldn't do what we needed it to do. It still was shooting all over the place. So finally, after, I don't know, you probably put 200 rounds down the barrel of the gun, I would imagine, right? 200?
At least.
And we finally got to the decision that it was going to get ripped off of Dad's gun, and we were going to put it on a different gun, and we were going to see, is it truly the gun or is it the scope again? Because we were done with AGM. We were done with them altogether. We were going to sell the scopes off, and we called Brad, and Brad said, listen, you know, if you guys want to be done, I get it. It is what it is. I'm not going to hold that against you guys. So we put on another AR that I have. No problems. It moves just fine. So we also then put it on Chris's AR. No problems. So that's kind of what led us to now it's Dad's AR-15 is going to be the problem. So we actually went to a gun show looking for just a barrel. And it's actually cheaper to buy the entire setup than just buy a barrel. So Dad went and bought a new gun altogether with no suppressor. He didn't thread the suppressor on or nothing. Nothing was done to the gun. He took it out. The scope worked just fine. Everything worked flawlessly. Everything worked flawlessly. Nothing was wrong. So then we started tearing the gun. This is the original AR that he has. We tore this gun apart, and as soon as we tore the gun apart, that is when we saw the copper fouling. And we actually have a bunch of friends that are machinists, and we took it to them not knowing what it was because we are very ignorant to what copper fouling is. I've never even heard of it until recently. So we took it to our buddies, and they said we were just going to run a tap through it, and redo the threads. And they said, no, it's copper. And then they pointed us in the direction of how to properly get the copper out. But without that, I think we were just about done with AGM, truthfully.
Yeah, I didn't need their junk. But they came through. If you watch another video we have, AGM came through in the end.
And the first scope was faulty. AGM did tell us it was faulty. It wasn't us. But this time it was actually the gun, which you don't really see the gun failing much. So, which was eye-opening to us. So, we'll be out.
Well, the gun didn't fail.
It's the flash hider is the problem.
The flash hider with the gun, the way it's set up. And the flash hider is really not a problem. It's just it needs cleaned more often. Putting as many rounds down through that I did and not properly, and that I could owe that to myself, improper cleaning or
improper maintenance of
the gun is what killed us. Because I didn't know. It isn't like you just run your barrel cleaner and everything down there, your hops and everything, and then you just kind of hope like heck that it's good, and you run it through till your patches are clean, and then because like you can see right now all this copper that's coming off of this, that blue stuff is copper. Yeah.
So
I might only have to run it through maybe one or two more times.
First is on the left, far left. Second one's in the middle. Third one's on the right. So you can see that it's getting very, very clean. Okay, so some time has passed now. We're probably, 20 minutes in. This is the original. Whoa, there's the original one that was ran down through. And you can see the blue here. You see the blue on it and how dirty it is and how it slowly gets. This was ran down through the barrel 3 or 4 times, and you can see how it's really, it's still a little dirty. You're not going to get it perfect from the factory, but you could see it's gotten a lot better. Dad said he's pretty happy with it, so he's going to do some other stuff quick.
First one where it had the residual
the gunpowder
fluid
and stuff.
It had the fluid from the first one I sent through, because even that doesn't look god awful bad. That gun is dirty. There is no even with the oil and everything. But if you look at the rags that come out of that other one, see the difference? There's no blue in that. That's just dirt. That's just dirt, no blue. There's not one bit of
more or less gunpowder.
Yep. So these had no.
Okay, so you can see the bits. You see the bits, and you can see on the threads at the top. You could see the copper on the top and the bits down in there.
Yeah, she's getting clean.
It's getting cleaner, but now that we have some pretty decent lighting, you can definitely see a lot better down in there.
Yeah, let me see.
So we'll be getting at it here some more and see what we can come up with.
Okay. We're finishing up the last little bit of this now, of the copper.
You can see all the shards on the...
Yeah, we were using these little picks and trying to get the copper off of there. And it looks as if we're almost to the end of it. And we were picking them off with our straight 90 degree, and then I had an angle one that I was using. But if you would look down in here, I'm going to turn this light on here quick. If you look down in there, you can see a lot of...
It's definitely a lot better.
Shards. Like you can see some of the copper shards right here on the thing where they fell out from inside there. But we're going to get in there and we're going to clean it out a little better with a rag now and some wipes, some swabs. But if you look at the barrel thread, the thread itself
doesn't look bad at all.
Actually. Are now at least clean. I don't see any...
maybe just residue is what I see.
I don't see anything on the threads like we did in the original. Now down at the bottom, you'll see a bunch of crazy down at the bottom of it. If you look down in there, you'll see...
Oh yeah, right there. Right there.
Yeah, you'll see sludge. Sludge, I don't know what you would call that. I'm not a...
Metallurger.
Yeah.
Mineralogy.
Whatever the heck they're called. But it looks good. So I'm going to stick some hops down in there. I'm going to clean it up good, make it look nice, and see what we got here.
Sometime, lots of light later.
Just want to...
And Dad got her clean.
We got her good and clean. It took a good hour to clean it up. Like I said, she's pretty well clean. You look down inside there.
Spin around a little bit.
You look down in there, and she looks just as good today as the day I bought it. I don't know if you guys can see that well. Here, let's get over to the better light.
We got lights everywhere in here. Whoa, there we go. Whoa, there we go.
Yeah, like if you look down in that baby now.
You can see the little rust spots in there. I don't think it's actually rust, but...
There's no rust. Looking down in there right now, you're looking at that. That thing looks almost as good as the day that I bought it. Now, it's never going to be perfect, but as you can see, you can't see any of that copper fouling down in there. And when we put the blue in there, or put that Vortec copper remover, dissolver, it looked really good. And I'm impressed with what they did with that product. It's a good product, and it didn't take me all night to do it either. So, like I said, I'm impressed with Vortec. I will be using that product again. I'm very, very pleased with it.
We want to thank you guys for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. And don't forget to keep your eyes peeled. We'll see you guys on the next one.